A very warm welcome to the Mindfulness Zone. Today I'm going to take you through a very short meditation that will help you to cope with a physical discomfort within your body that you might call a pain or a health issue. I'd like you to begin by simply closing your eyes and getting a feel for your body's posture. All of those points of contact between your body and the surfaces underneath it, your body and your clothing, the exposed areas of skin with the air around you, feeling the temperature, textures, softness, until you ultimately feel your body in whatever posture you've adopted, whether you're sitting down or lying down, or even walking. Some sensations may stand out, and it's usually these sensations that are quite comfortable that you don't notice. And so the first sensations you may notice might be those that you often classify as uncomfortable, a rough piece of clothing or something that you've come to call a pain. Essentially, what we're seeking is to simply identify how we're experiencing these sensations. All of the sensations, or rather those that are more vivid to you at this moment, noticing the kind of meanings that you are giving to some of these sensations. You might notice yourself labeling one of the sensations as a pain or a discomfort. And then another might be pure comfort, numbness, a tingling feeling like pins and needles. Some areas might be warm, some cool. And it goes on and on and on. When you hear the bell, we're going to see if we can release these labels. You may wonder what I mean by release these labels, these definitions, these meanings. For this, I bring you to a very simple fact. That fact being that all of these words, pain, discomfort, hot, cold, soft, hard, they were learned. We initially discovered the words, and then we attached them to some of the experiences we had been through in our lives. That's how we got to know what comfort is, what pain is, what discomfort, and all of the rest are. Which is a very strong indication that these labels, these concepts, they exist within that vast library of information called the mind. The mind that creates time. The mind that exists within time. And therefore the ringing of the bell, when you hear it this time, represents a stepping into the present moment, into your shoes, so to speak, into your body, which is here, present in this moment called the now, where there are sounds around you, where your body takes in all of the sensations that you're experiencing within and around you, the smells, the tastes, Everything entering into your experience through your 5 senses at this moment represents your present moment. And when you hear the bell, awaken these 5 senses, beginning with your sense of hearing. And so as you step into the present moment, you begin to release all of these meanings that you have accumulated. You step outside of that library, so to speak, and into this present moment. And once these labels are gone, once you've released these labels, have you noticed all you're left with are sensations? So they're neither painful nor comfortable, neither hot nor cold. They're simply the sensations that you are experiencing at this present moment. And when you notice these labels arising, you know you've stepped back into the mind. And then you return back into the present moment. And now you begin to notice how with these sensations, and in particular those sensations which you are unable to release, are those that still find themselves labeled as pains or discomforts, you begin to notice how some sensations have simply been accepted as a part of the body, a part of your experience. And for those sensations, you don't really notice them unless you seek them out. And then there are the other sensations which you haven't quite accepted. In fact, another way of putting it would be to simply notice patterns of resistance pushing against these sensations. But let's notice all of the sensations. Which are the sensations that you appear to be okay with? The temperature is fine. At least I hope it is. Perhaps it might be your clothing, the sensations around your breath, the sensations between your body and the surfaces underneath you, those surfaces upon which your body may be resting on, whether it's flooring, cushions, chairs, a bed, mattress. And then notice which sensations you're not quite okay with. These are the chronic pains, the discomforts, those labels, almost engraved into those sensations. But when I ring the bell, simply notice which sensations are being allowed and accepted, and which ones we're fighting against and resisting. We're going to get to know the mind a little bit more, and we ask ourselves why it is that we resist some of these sensations and not others. This is where we begin to discover the level to which we identify ourselves as our mind, and not that who we truly are. Something so much larger, so much more vast, but we won't quite go into that right now. In meditation circles, we simply refer to it as the witness, the witnessing presence, awareness, sometimes consciousness, and sometimes simply the present moment, the eternal present moment. We begin to notice how through our identification with our mind, we begin to exist in time and not the present moment. In time obviously refers to the past or the future. Buddhists have a word, it's called attachment, and that usually denotes some form of identification, very often to people, to objects. But in the case of pain, it's an attachment, a bond, a very strong bond to the past or the future, where we retain a memory from the past, a moment before this new sensation arose. And we can simply refer to that as the absence of any sensation, those moments before this sensation arose, stuck in that moment or group of moments in the past, wanting to return back into the past. And can you now notice how when you want to return back into the past, you push against the present moment, resisting the present moment, fighting against the present moment, discovering how the mind associates this sensation as unpleasant, as discomfort, as a pain, a physical pain. With the ringing of the next bell, we're going to embrace the sensation that you are experiencing within your body. Allowing this particular sensation that feels a little bit less than normal to blend into all of the other sensations that you've pretty much accepted and taken for granted and allowed. Even talking to the sensation, I welcome you. Having resisted and fought against you all of this time, I now welcome you into my experience. You are a sensation. Gently releasing the past. So that you begin finding yourself more fully grounded into a space and a place where at the beginning there is little to compare this sensation against. And soon, through practice, there will be nothing left. No standard against which you measure this sensation. No past, no future, just perfection. Noting how the future works in exactly the same way, where we create this image within our mind of a situation where this sensation is absent and wanting to move in that direction, pushing against the present moment. But again, just like the past, releasing the future, embracing, allowing all that you find in this present moment, from the sounds entering in through your ears to the light entering in through your eyes and the breath entering in through your nose, to all of the sensations that surround and are contained within your body. Breathing in a little bit deeply, breathing ease and comfort in as you inhale. Releasing tension and tightness as you exhale. You may begin to feel your muscles relaxing, not only around your body, but specifically around those areas where you are beginning to embrace these new sensations. Muscles loosening, skin loosening. And one interesting byproduct of this releasing is the body's immune system awakening, starting, once again regaining control of that particular area around the sensation, repairing, balancing from within. You can even be a little playful about it by imagining construction workers within your body. Not the rough ones, but they can take any form you like. Fairies, angels, playful little cells that you've seen as cartoon characters in movies such as Inside Out. Repairing, balancing the damage while you simply sit, breathe, and witness. Breathing in as deeply as you can and releasing your breath as slowly and as gently as you can. I'm going to end this guided meditation in a moment, but you can continue with this sitting, or perhaps even moving into one of my other meditations if you would like to continue. A very big thank you for joining me in this practice. And I do hope it has helped in some small way